What's good? What's going on, guys? Um, so I'm I'm just gonna make a quick video before I go to bed. And I don't really know what it's about, but I want to talk about basically the way I don't want to talk about. Okay, we're gonna split this up into two videos. In this video, I'm gonna talk about my personal issues with sleep and sleeping. And a lot of nights I sleep fine. A lot of the nights I sleep fine. I sleep right through the night. I wake up, but I'm just gonna take you through a night. So I go to bed, right? Let's say I go to bed. I might sleep like I might take an hour or so to fall asleep. That's not that bad. That's not like abnormal really, but about an hour to go to sleep. But then once I get to sleep, I'm like pretty good, pretty good. Most nights I might wake up in the middle of the night to do something like go to the bathroom or, check my phone or something like that. Or if my phone vibrates or something, I'll be pretty good, right? But here's the thing. If I don't smoke, not, I won't even say what it is, but like, if I don't smoke, right, I will not be able to sleep. And I know that sounds crazy, and I know that sounds like, what? But this is why. The first night, let's say I don't smoke tomorrow, right? Because today, that ship has sailed. I already smoked. So that ship has sailed. But let's say tomorrow, I don't smoke at all, right? I just, I just, don't smoke. And I come home and go to bed. I'm sitting weird in this chair. I come home and I go to bed, right? So if I come home and I go to bed, I'm gonna feel like, I might take an hour and a half to fall asleep, hour and a half tossing, turning, trying to fall asleep. But if I take, like, if I smoke or something, I'll be fine, I'll go right to sleep. But if I don't, if I take, let's say, 2 days off of smoking, bro, 2 days off, the night I come home, I'm gonna be like tossing and turning maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. And I'm gonna have a dream. I'm gonna have at least one dream. At least one. Minimum one dream. One good dream, right? Now that's day 2. It could be a good dream or it could be a bad dream. But I'm gonna be in and out of sleep. On not the best type of sleep. I'll be asleep after 2 hours or so of being up and trying to fall asleep. I'll eventually fall asleep. But it's not a nice deep sleep. Now let's go to day 3. And this isn't a video on addiction. That's going to be another video because this isn't about addiction. I don't like to call this addiction. But let's go to day number 3. I just want to take you guys through what it's like being me a little bit. I don't know why, but I guess that's what this is for, right? Share our opinions and our views and our experiences in life. So this is the part you guys don't see. This is the part when I'm asleep or trying to sleep. So I'll share this with you as much as I can without showing you me sleeping. So basically, yeah, by day, what was I on, day 3? Yeah, day 3 or day 4, I don't know. Day 3, I'm basically, 2 or 3 hours, can't really sleep. Tossing and turning in my sleep. Okay, let's go. This is basically the finalized point. day 4, right? Day 4 is about it, because day 3 and day 4 are transferable. One might be worse than the other or whatever, but let's say day 4 with no THC in my system, no cannabinoids being flowing through my blood, right? Or only old ones flowing through my blood. I will have, when I tell you this, I'm not making this up. On day 4, I have such vivid dreams that they're so powerful that when I wake up and I start living my normal day, I confuse what's real. I know that sounds insane, but it's like, okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say I have an argument with someone in the dream. I will carry that argument into my life a little bit because of, don't get me wrong, I have dreams all the time. And, well, actually, on days where I smoke, I don't really dream that often. I really don't. But on days when I don't smoke, I have very vivid dreams. Maybe not the first day, but by like day 2, day 3, day 4, I start having these dreams. And they're so vivid like that. Not only do they change how I treat people in the real world that day, not long term, but that day, but I'll have a dream where it'll ruin my mood for the whole day. Like, it might be a scary dream. And then I'll be walking around kind of like with this eerie feeling the rest of the day because it was so vivid. I'm talking full visuals, full like everything. Like when I wake up, I'm like, yo, like what the fuck? What was that? What just happened? Where was I? Type feeling. Even I've woken up and wondered where I am, and I'm in my own bed. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my own normal bed where I should wake up and be like, oh yeah, everything's fine. I've woken up and I'm like, what? How am I here right now? And I'm like, what? Where else would you be? But point is, I have these very vivid dreams. I'll wake up sweating and everything, like sometimes. So I quickly, end up smoking again because I'm like, I don't want these dreams so prevalent in my mind. I don't want to be dreaming about that all the time. I don't want to be dreaming about like scary things all the time. Who wants to dream about that? Or not just scary things. Like one time, I'll tell you guys this crazy dream I had. One time, it was like, basically, I got this cousin, right? Pretty cool dude, pretty cool kid, whatever. But I got this cousin, right? Kid. Basically, I have this dream that we're having this thing on Long Island or whatever. Like, I don't know, some party or I don't know what was going on really. Because the dreams don't always make perfect sense, but they're vivid. And they make sense when you're in it. If you've ever been a deep dreamer, if you've ever been a very powerful dreamer, you know what I'm saying. When you're in it, things don't have to make sense. Everything doesn't have to add up. But point is, in that dream, he, it was wild. It was wild. But he basically, just offed someone, right in front of my eyes. Just offed them. But, I watched the whole thing, and I'm like, I woke up, and I was like, yo, not to say I felt trauma, but I was like, yo, I feel like I need, to talk to someone about what I just saw. And it was, day 3 of me not smoking. But I was like, I know it's my own brain making it up, but I just saw someone get, killed, basically. And I woke up, and I'm like, that's not real. You know what I mean? For a good hour, I was walking around this apartment like, bro, that's not real. Obviously, it's not real. You just woke up in bed. It was a dream. But I'm like, why do I feel like all these emotions, so sad and, so deep in thought and, you know what I mean? Yo, what do we do? What happens? And I'm like, it's hard to come out of that state, that dream state, and then just start thinking like normal again. And that's only if you have an extremely vivid dream. A lot of times I have dreams that like are not that vivid, and I'm like, that's fine. Like, what's the big deal? Like, what's really gonna happen? But when I have the vivid ones, forget it. Forget it. I'm like thinking about it for a day or two, maybe 3 days. And meanwhile, the next night I'm about to have another round of those. So that's part of why I partake in the Mary Jane, and I puff the magic dragon. Part of it is my dream, the dream realm. I don't know what the dream realm is. That's kind of what this video is about before I go to bed. The dream realm, the dream state. What really is it? Where do we go when we dream? And how does our brain inside of here, how does a muscle inside of there have enough power and chemicals and reactions to create a realm where you're walking around, and it feels real. You could feel everything for the most part, but that's all in your head. So to contain my imaginative noggin, I have to smoke sometimes. Or maybe I could probably like work out or something, and if I'm tired enough, that'll make me. But you could only work out so much, and the thing is, you build you build stamina. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not like no fat person. Like, I'm toned. You know what I'm saying? I do work out. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I work out sometimes. But I'm saying, you build an endurance to the point where, like, if you work out a bunch of times every day, like by day 5 or day 6, it's like you're gonna have to do a lot of working out for that to knock you out, for that to put you asleep. Like, maybe work out an hour or 2 hours. But I'm just sharing my life. A lot of you guys might watch this and say, you're a straight up drug addict then, bro. You're a straight up addict. That might be what you say from this video, but I also feel like if I am an addict, then it's a mental addiction. But then again, like, when is the line drawn between mental and physical? You know what I mean? Like, if my mental health affects my day in the physical realm, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's the weed that is I don't think it's the lack of weed that's causing the vivid dreams. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the dreams are a symptom of the weed withdrawals. I think that I have this overactive imagination anyway, and the weed suppresses it. So without the weed, it's just free flowing, and then it overflows in abundance because of the hindrance being there. But like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not the weed necessarily. Like, if I drank coffee or did anything to mess with my brain chemistry, it's possible I'd dream less. Because I dream so much in the first place. You see what I'm saying? I think I'm just because even when I was younger, I used to have vivid dreams that would scare me or wake me out of my sleep sometimes. And I'm like, I'd have to go into my parents' room or something and be like, I don't understand. Like, where was I? Like, I don't even understand what a dream is. I still don't really. It's not like I have no answers. Like, somebody explained to me how I dream. It still really doesn't make sense to me, but that's just a fun fact about me, guys. I'm gonna end this video because it's been about 15 minutes. That was a loud pop. But yeah, it's just weird. Dreams are weird. And they're even weirder when they're like scary or mentally damaging to you. It's like, why would your brain do that to itself? I used to have a theory. I'm just going to share this with you guys and then I'll end the video. I used to have a theory about dreams that your brain, when you go to sleep, it's dormant. So your body's asleep. When you're awake, your brain is doing other things. You see what I'm saying? Like when you ever sit down for a second in silence and you can almost hear your heartbeat and feel your breathing and almost hear your breathing, you know, feel the pulse moving through your arm. You can feel everything. When you're awake, your brain is using a lot of energy and focusing on multiple things. It's focusing on eyesight, taste, you know, walking, your arms, your legs, everything, maintaining your body temperature. And it's doing a lot of that in your sleep too, but not as much because you're not motor functioning, you know, you're not seeing new things, you're not taking all this information in constantly, right? So this was my theory, was that when you went to sleep, or when I went to sleep, because we weren't using all of those motor functions, you know, and intaking all that information with our eyes and our brain and our ears and interpreting it, I believed that our brain function actually became bored, like in a sense. Not that it knows it's bored, but all of that functionality, all of that that brain power is basically just being stored and sitting. And when it's stored and sitting, it starts to create its own realities because it's not intaking anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just dark and kind of quiet, cool temperature. Homeostasis is pretty easy to regulate probably after 20 or 30 minutes of sleeping because your body's like, okay, well, I know what it has in it. You're not introducing any new foods to digest. So I'm just kind of an autopilot. And with that autopilot, my theory said that maybe during that autopilot period, it's able to create more realities because it's not focused on, you know, eyesight, smell, hearing, taste, breathing, all these things. You know, it's focused on breathing still, and it's still hearing and everything, but it's in a sleep mode. Like someone could snap right here and you might not wake up. You see what I'm saying? So your ears aren't as keen as when you're awake. But if you hear a loud bang, your brain's like, okay, I'm here. I heard that, you know, my ears interpreted that, and it'll wake you out of your sleep. But nothing's functioning at 100%. So with all that down power, it has time to kind of be in the sleep mode and create its own reality because it has reserve energy. But obviously none of that's backed in science. That was just like, I don't know, a 16-year-old me thinking like, oh, what are dreams, you know, trying to make sense of it. But still, it kind of makes a lot of sense, that theory to me. It kind of makes a lot of sense, like maybe that's a dream. But who knows? Who knows what a dream is? Who knows? I find it crazy, but that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if anyone else has a very vivid dreams, you know, night terrors, anything like that. What part of what made me make this video today was a Taylor Swift lyric. Believe it or not. And I'm not like a huge Taylor Swift fan, but some of her songs are great. She's a good artist. But she also, in one of her interviews, she said something about the music industry that helped me exponentially, like change my life. So I like Taylor Swift personally. I used to not care. I was like, not my type of music, whatever. But after that piece of advice, I ended up looking more into her catalog and I like it. But anyway, the line is, what does she say? What does she say? I wake up screaming from dreaming. It continues, but it's off her newer album. I wake up screaming from dreaming. Something's lost all its meaning. Yeah, something like that. But the point is, she wakes up screaming from dreaming. That line I like a lot because I don't know if I've ever woke up and audibly been screaming, but I've definitely woken up and been in a state that I'm like, I want to scream right now, or I probably did just scream. I don't know, but I'm up. So I thought that was a cool line, and the way she says it, the delivery's awesome. But yeah, I don't know if anyone has night terrors, nightmares, anything like that, and uses something to cope. Definitely comment. Definitely, you know, say what's up to your boy. Follow me on Instagram or something. Because like I said, I could go to sleep without weed or without, you know, THC or anything like that. But I'm telling you, the dreams are crazy. The nightmares, if you will, are crazy. The night terrors are crazy. So, you know, I'm sure other people are going through that. And like I said, my dreams were vivid even before I smoked weed. So it's interesting. You know, it's just an interesting thing to talk about or think about. I feel like that's something actually people don't talk about a lot, is like their dreams or like that whole side of life, like what happens while you're sleeping. Because it could just be nothingness, but it's always kind of something. They say we dream every night, but we don't remember our dreams every night. Like when we wake up, we don't remember what we dreamt about, which I know to a certain extent is true because I've woken up and I'm like, I know I dreamt, but I can't remember the dream fully. Like I'll remember one very, very minute detail. And I'm like, that's pointless, but I know I dreamt. I know I was somewhere else. So with that being said, guys, subscribe, all that. I'm about to go to sleep. I just wanted to make a quick little night video for you guys. But on that note, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Peace.